evening, friends. I welcome you all for our Wednesday's community health session with Enajuri. For those friends who are joining us for the first time, let me share what Enajuri is all about. Enajuri is a non-profit organization that engages in and promotes various initiatives that are striving for social change, honing leadership skills and building entrepreneurship capabilities in the Northeast, including Assam. For the past few months, we have been engaging with speakers from various fields via virtual media to create a network among the people working in this region. So today we are honored to have with us a very talented writer and a blogger who also appreciates art, likes to read poetries, takes keen interest in issues related to women, environment, and animals. And close to her heart is her blogging site, her own blogging site. It's named justmyscribblings.com, and she's currently working as the content head for scabbardtech.com. Now let's welcome her to share some inputs about the medicinal and healing properties of the traditional herbs and fruits of Assam. Societies around the world have learned how to use plants to cure illnesses and remain healthy. As we know that the northeastern region is a treasure of herbs known for their medicinal value, let's explore this area of healthy alternative medicine growing in our own courtyards. So I welcome you, Meenakshi ji. And today we are honored to have you here. We would like to listen to what you have to say about those herbs which are like neglected maybe in our courtyards, but then they contain so much of value. First of all, I would like to hear something about you. I mean, where did you grow up and how was it growing up, your experiences? I would like to know.
Well, I was born and brought up in Assam. I'm a girl, was a girl from Dibrugarh. Now I am in my, almost late 50s. And like Dibrugarh, it's a very small, it used to be a small town, but now it has expanded. Beautiful setting, the ever eternal Brahmaputra, and it's forever raining there in the rainy season. And I have beautiful memories going to school, Little Flower Convent environment. I came from a mixed parentage. My father was from UP, settled in Assam. My mother had an Assamese background. So, very traditional setting, but my education was modern convent. So all those influences, they worked on me. Although I had like some clash of ideologies of traditional patriarchal bindings in those times, not now. And convent education gave me a new outlook, broadened up my vision and way of thinking. So that shaped me, and I learned to think for myself. In those days, girls were given an education and then set off for marriage. But I went ahead with my own views. And later on, I chose to come. I first started with teaching, and then I chose to come in the journalistic field. So I had 6 years experience working with the Sentinel Group of Publications in the editorial section. And then I planned my family, and that was there. But a very significant turn happened that I developed rheumatoid arthritis. So that was a real setback, and I had very terrible years in between. I fought all that, and I came back. And writing had always been my passion, right from school. And I used to write poems and just scribble something, listen to songs and all that. English literature background gave me a much more needed impetus, and my professors really encouraged me. I spoke in the seminars in the university. My poems were discussed. I won a few prizes there. And then after that, I was there in the journalistic field, and there also I continued writing. So in between, due to illness, I had a setback, and then I took up a much quieter life. I turned to painting. That also I used to do right from college days. That sustained me during that hard time. And I devoted time to my home. I taught students. But then writing always pulled me. And then I started work with the digital marketing company. And after that full time, I turned back to writing. And so digital is the age now. It gave me a name status, and then soon I started a blog because I wanted to share my stories, my experiences. My blog is not about just one subject. I touch whatever comes to my fancy. And I have written a lot about my experiences about my illnesses, what any issues that needs to be talked upon. I'll start with them, and I hope that whatever I have to say, that will have a echo in some other people. And many people, they can't speak, or they don't want to, but when they read something, they are inspired. So my feelings, I try to see that it mirrors the feelings of many people. So that is how I write, and I don't find much time to do that. But whenever I do, sometimes if there is a gap for more than a month, that I can write for my own blog. But I write, and it's there. And the same way, I keep on painting also whenever I find time. So I do art painting, and that's me. I have my home, and then Plavita pulled me into this. So
Yeah.
that gave me another way of expressing myself, and I like talking about the things which matters today. And
Okay.
I'm very, very concerned about the environment, because that is for everyone. It's
Yeah.
not just about me, it's about each
Yeah.
of us.
Yes, yes. It's a global issue now, and every person has to take it individually.
Yeah.
Now, it's not like we leave it to others. So, regarding this, when did you start learning about or researching about these medicinal herbs that we have, that you have?
Actually, you cannot call it a research, because I told you I had a half Assamese background. So taking this medicinal herbs was always a part of our diet. And I like Assamese food, and I like UP food also. And so it gives a certain taste, and it's like, food is a kind of memory. It preserves the memories, just not eating. So it shapes you as a person. And I used to love my maternal grandmother's cooking and my auntie's cooking and all that. I remember those herbs from their tiny kitchen garden. And then during this AMTC, like Assam Medical Tourism page, while we were doing that, so it just came to me that we should start something on the herbs and fruits of Assam. So while I was putting up that, this topic came up, and we had a talk, and I gave a speech. A discussion on this was given on our page. And it was then that I really started, researching on this, and I came to know so many other things. Yeah, like earlier it was just the taste, and yes, I knew that this was good and that was good for this. But now, since I've started reading a lot on this, I think I've gathered some knowledge about the benefits, and there's so much in Assam.
Yeah. And the importance everybody knows, but then how to handle these things, I mean, they are not taken it in a serious way, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are the things that you feel are important to look out for herbs, like the fruits that we use, or the leaves, or I mean, everything is important in a
Everything
herb.
is important. Some like take for instance jamun.
Yeah.
Jamun, which is in season now, and it is available outside Assam also. You can take the fruit as it is. You can take the seed that is dried and powdered form. It can be taken by diabetes patients. And even the jamun leaves are important. Jamun leaves, it can be made into a paste with the seed, and it can be applied as a face mask. So everything is important. So even like you see banana, when you take a banana in Assam, what we do, you eat the stem of the banana. It's taken in April, that we call posola. So that is very good for digestion, for fiber content, for various other things. You take the fruit. We take the fruit of the various banana trees. We also take the flower form. That is the flower form we can make into curries, we can make into pakoras, we can use into chutneys also. So banana and the leaf itself, the leaf of the banana also doesn't go waste. You can use it as a plate. It's more eco-friendly. And it is very pure. There's no dirt on it. There's no thing. And it is you can it decomposes easily, and it goes back as a fertilizer back to the soil. So that is one example. Then like even Madhuri Am, that is a local variety of amrud that is called in Delhi or Mumbai. So guavas.
Yeah. So you would like to show us some
Yes, I
slides
can.
that we can understand that better from you. I'll just screen share this. You're
Sure.
able to see it? Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
So
So
when you come to the second slide,
yeah.
second slide, please.
Hmm. You would like this one?
Yeah, the second slide is herbs and fruits.
Okay, I'll share that one first. This one. You want to share this one?
Yeah, you can do it. So you see, when
You want to share this one? The other one?
no, this is okay. I can start with any of them.
Yeah. So we would like to hear
We
something.
know that we all know that herbal medicine is becoming it's a part of traditional medicine system, and then there is homeopathy, Ayurvedic, naturopathic, Chinese medicine, Native American medicine, all that. But since we are concentrating on what we have in Assam, and especially I would like to talk about Lakhimpur, because it is a very rich biodiversity region of Assam, and it is near Arunachal Pradesh. The environment, heavy rainfall and high humidity facilitates the growth of very good herbs and fruits and all that. And the people also, they depend on the medicinal plants for their own needs. So I would like to talk about this plant, that is Masundari, which is in the second slide in this presentation, which it helps in stomach ailments, fever, cough, high blood pressure. So Masundari, it's a very common plant found in Assam anywhere. And the best thing about this plant is you can grow it in your rooftop garden. You can grow it in the terrace. You can put some roots of it in a tub that you have. Water it daily if it is dry, and or basically keep the soil moist. So this is, you can just have it as a chutney, or you can add it to curries. Basically, we have it in chutney, or sometimes we add it in dal also. We can add it in pulses. So that way you have it, and it's very good for stomach ailments. It cures pain, indigestion, flatulence, all this. And then you come to the third slide here in this presentation. This is a very common fruit which is found in most South Asian countries, including our neighboring countries. We call it kordo in Assam. So kordo tenga or star fruit in other languages. It is. Can I see it in larger? Can I view this slide? Can I view this slide properly? The third slide.
I think the slides need to be zoomed,
Yeah, can you please zoom it?
Yeah.
Kavita, can you please zoom the slide?
Yeah, I'm trying to do this, but this is the full slide that we have here.
Okay, I'll just.
Yeah, this is the full slide that we have here. You can zoom it from your own screen. From your screen, you can zoom it if you're the phone. You can zoom it. You can zoom it from your screen.
Yeah, please click on that slide. It will be zoomed.
Yeah, you click on the slide. Because here, if in the screen share, if I zoom it, it won't be. Meenakshi ji, you can.
Yes, I'm trying to do it.
You have shared your screen, Meenakshi?
Yeah, yes, I can.
Then click on that particular slide which you need to zoom.
It comes and it disappears.
Okay.
Ma'am, please try clicking F5 button. Function 5, F5 button. Before that, click on that tab on top, enable editing.
Okay.
No, I can't see anything over here.
No, but others are able to see. Others are able to see, no?
No, we are just
Yes,
seeing
you
the,
can see, you can see.
not the zoom view, you know. And Meenakshi, have you opened your PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Yeah, do that and then click on that particular slide.
Yes, I'll do that. I'm doing it through my mobile. Okay.
No, minimize the zoom. Minimize the zoom app.
Actually, I'm looking at her screen, no? So that is why it's not possible for me to do it over here. I tried it. So anyway, I'll continue with it.
Yeah.
So,
You can just go on explaining. Huh?
I'll go on explaining. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Cordoitenga is this fruit is you can take it raw. You
Yeah.
can take it in juice form. You can even make chutneys out of it and pickles. It's very pickles are very easy. Just cut it, let it dry in the sun, and then you can use it with other condiments. Chutney is the same way as we make mango chutney or simple. You know, you can, if you don't want to have it raw, you can put it with some chilies and garlic, with a little bit of oil and simple masala that can be had as a small light curry. And but the best form is to have it raw with some black salt or no salt at all. And it is a good drink to have in summers. And especially if you have jaundice, then also you can have it in a very light drink form. So Cordoitenga is it's my personal favorite, and it helps.
Okay.
It improves the palate also. And that is about Cordoitenga. Then you have this flower, which is called Nayantara. This flower, if diabetic patients take the leaves, 2-3 leaves, chew in empty stomach regularly. So that will also help a lot in controlling sugar. And this flower is available in different colors, in white, in pink, that like I've shown you, and a reddish one. And it grows perennial. It is a perennial flower. You get it anywhere, I think. It can easily be grown in tubs, in terrace garden, and you don't have to do anything. Just throw some seeds or pick up some seeds from your neighbor's garden, anywhere. It grows nearly wild. So, and it's very bright. It brightens up the look of the balcony also if you place it there. So I like this flower. It's good for our sugar control. Then Nemutenga or lemon, as we know, lemon, from the seeds to the lemon, everything is very helpful for our health. You can take it, the fresh leaves, if you take crush and smell it, is very good for controlling your vomiting tendency. And you can crush the seeds and mix it with little salt to control diarrhea. So if somebody has severe diarrhea, you can take the seeds of the lemon, crush it, and give it with a little bit of salt. And 5 to 7 seeds crushed with salt and mixed with water is given as a vermicide for children if they have these worms. So 5 to 7 seeds can be crushed with a little salt and given for children instead of giving medicine. And daily you can have it with water, with salt, warm water. It controls your weight. It is a very good weight controlling. And as it is, lemon is a summertime favorite, is a staple with all people. I think you can't do without lemon. It's rich in vitamin C, and it's good for everyone. So lemon juice is everybody, I think at least in India, loves lemon juice. And right from northern India to the southern India, and people in Assam, Nemutenga is it's essential on every plate. So after that, this is this fruit which is called Kuji Tekera. It's a very good fruit. It is found in a variety of in Assam. There are 3 varieties actually. One of them is Bor Tekera, then Rupoi Tekera, and the simple one. this fruit is taken as pickles again. It is taken as to use as a souring agent, and it is used with fish or with chutneys or just like that. So, and this fruit can be preserved in anywhere. You can take it from Assam if it is not available. I don't think it is available much outside Assam, and you can slice it, dry it in the sun very nicely for 2-3 days. And you dry it. After drying it, it can be kept in bottles for the whole year. And then in the dried form, if you, especially in the summers, you can take 2-3 pieces of the dried thekera, and you can put it in warm water, infuse it, and that can be had as a sherbet. Kujit thekera is used in all kinds of curries in Assam, and one is with that's it. Thekera is a very good. The water, if you make a light sherbet of it, is good for controlling dysentery and diarrhea also. And as I said earlier, that is Madhuriyam. Madhuriyam, the leaves, tender leaves are very can be grinded, and juice is used for urinary problems, dysentery, and urinary troubles. Apart from the fruit is when it's ripe, it is good to eat, but the leaves also come in use. So you see, these fruits that are found in Assam, the most common of them, they are very rich. They're very rich in immune boosting, helping us, and found everywhere. So instead of going for the expensive fruits like avocado and asparagus, herbs, we can search in our own backyard and find solutions to common problems. Thank you. Kavita, we can start with the other presentation.
Okay, we'll finish this.
Yes. Shall I start?
Yeah, this one, no?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay, the first one, I'm starting it now. Yeah,
So as we
as the immunity boosters, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is very important since we are going through this pandemic now. So we would like to know what are the important herbs that we can deal with in our pandemic, how we can remain healthy with it.
So we have got, you see the second slide, I have put some pictures there, that is Botenga. And then you have this Burmese grapes. You have a collage of pictures with arbi that you call, or kochu that we call in Assam, onion, and then there's some other herbs here. So, you know why we call it, we are all into these two words, immunity boosters. So that is, of course, we need immunity boosters throughout our life. But now in the present time, in the COVID-19 times, this call is resonating everywhere and everyone is talking about it. So instead, people suddenly realized that our traditional herbs, our traditional medicine system have got a lot of things that we have been ignoring, and we have been resorting to quick methods without thinking of the later consequences. So traditional herbs, they have always been there and have been used worldwide. So traditional folk or indigenous medicine has been also spoken of by the World Health Organization, which defines traditional medicine as the total of the knowledge, skills, and practices based on the theories, beliefs, and experiences indigenous to different cultures, whether explicable or not, used in the maintenance of health as well as in the prevention, diagnosis, improvement, or treatment of physical and mental times. And we also have archaeological evidences which show the prevalence of using botanical medicine by humans since the Paleolithic age across cultures. So Chinese medicine, Korean medicine, African medicine, and then you got Unani, ancient Iranian medicine. Everywhere there has been a mention of and at least a prevalence of this traditional medicine system. In Assam, there's a certain place called Mayong, and Mayong was always famous or infamous for black magic. But Mayong is not just about black magic. These folk healers there, they know a lot about these traditional herbs. So it is another very interesting topic altogether. I have just mentioned Mayong, but like Mayong, there this traditional knowledge of traditional herbs and medicines, fruits, which have this immunity boosting properties are known to all the tribes, and from the tribes, the people of Assam of other origin also have learned how to use them. So that's about the medicine prevalence of the medicine, herbal medicines in Assam. So I would just like to again go back to showing you a particular herb, like which I also mentioned in the other slide, that is Mani Muni, whole plant. You can see this slide here, it is in the slide number 8, where I have put 2 pictures. One is Mani Muni, the first one, where the scientific name is Centella asiatica. This is born Mani Muni, and it is used as a digestive. It heals dysentery and diarrhea. And the second one, it's a tree fern. It is a tree fern. Hook fern is called Bigolopi. In Assamese, it is called Bigolopi. And the paste of this leaf, if you take twice a day with lukewarm water, it can cure loose motion. So this is a common plant which is found in Assam, and people resort to it when they are in need. One other herb which is called Leucas aspera, the scientific name, and we commonly call it Duran-born leaves. People often mistake it for weeds, and they think that it is an unnecessary part. But it is a very nice herb and full of qualities. And it has the capacity of curing lack of appetite, sinusitis, stomach complaints, headache, and the roots are used to treat ringworms, a paste of which, boils, swellings, pneumonia, and also in relief of snake bite. So the snake bite part is not, applied by the common people. For that, they take the consultation of the folk healer or people who actually know how to use it for snake bite. But for other things like Durunbon, you can easily mix it up with other herbs. You can mix it with palak, you can mix it with other locally available green vegetables, or you can simply fry them with, aloo, or that is potato, and you don't need much spices there. Just use a stick of garlic and little chili if you want, and have it with your food. So it is very good for clearing out the toxic elements from your system. Then we have this Bilongoni leaves. Bilongoni leaves are also found. It's a common herb in Assam. I'm not sure if it is available outside Assam, but in Assam it is very much available. The tender leaves are cooked with chicken to feed their new mother to increase her milk production. So that is very good for the newborn baby, and you can also have it like a herb accompaniment with your food. And one other thing, like I think this is very interesting, Titamora, that is the jute leaves. It is very good for digestion, and it can get rid of intestinal worms. This also can be, the tender leaves can be fried with a little bit of garlic and oil, and it can be had. Some people, to make it more palatable, they make pakoras out of it. That way also you can have it. It is a commonly found in Assam, West Bengal. So it's common in Assam, but for outside people, I think it's a new thing. So there are other uses of jute besides making bags or other macrame and all that. So jute leaves.
I have a question. Excuse me.
Excuse
me, should you show it the PowerPoint? Because we are not able to see what leaves you are talking about.
If somebody can show the PowerPoint.
What is the issue with the PowerPoint? We are not able to see it. It's just showing the first page. It's not moving.
Kavita, can you please do that?
Are you able
Yes,
to?
yes, yes. I'll just try again. Wait.
It's a great information, but if you do not see the page, then we will not.
Are you able to see now?
Yes, yes, I can see it very
Can see
clearly.
it, but
So,
scroll it. Please.
This is a stir-fried jute leaves or Titamora part with the Titamora leaves.
We should
yeah.
start from this one.
Yeah, as you wish. So you can start. This is the Bilongani leaves, and Bilongani, you know, it is brought in during Bohag Bihu in Assam, and the tender leaves are cooked with chicken to feed new mothers to increase their milk production for newborn babies. And then I was talking about the jute leaves, which is in the next slide. Kavita, please, can you go to the next slide?
Yeah, yeah.
So jute plant is there. So here it is easily available, and apart from making ropes out of it and sackcloth and all that, the leaves are used to get for good digestion, and it has the capacity to get rid of intestinal worms. And there are various ways of cooking it, but the easiest one is that you can fry it with garlic, steam it and fry it with garlic. And if you want, I have not shown it here, but then there are other recipes, a lot of recipes of this traditional plant in herb here. You can make pakoras out of it and to make it more palatable. And if you don't like the slightly bitter taste of it, then you can mix it with other herbs, other green vegetables, and that way also you can have it. This is an all-time favorite in Assam, that is Dhekia leaves, or in the scientific name is Diplasium. I'm not pretty good at pronouncing the scientific names. Esculentium. So it is we call it Dhekia. It is useful for improving your eye. So in summers, it is easy to cook dhekias because it is freshly available in Assam. You can wash it in running water and then cut it into small pieces. You have to discard the roots, and after cleaning and cutting it, you can fry it with a little bit of onions, green chilies, and with just a little haldi, nothing much to it. And this is again a very interesting Bambusa balkoa. We call it Holuka ba in Assam. The shoots of this very tender shoots, not the hard one. These are the hard stem. The tender shoots which will come out just after the rains. And these are used as a painkiller in insect bites and menstrual problem. Anyone who has it, so it is also used. It is very common bamboo found in Assam. Apart from this, there are other varieties of bamboo, and we use the tender shoots of the bamboo. We call it khorisa, and khorisa is made into pickles. It is made into again chutneys with a little bit of mustard oil and garlic. And khorisa pickle, you can buy it from SME stores outside Assam. You can order online from various suppliers in Assam, and you can have it. Yeah, khorisa is also a souring agent. You can make it into a very light, light curry with boiled potatoes, and you add it when the potatoes are done with a little bit of green chilies, and it's like tangy, sour taste to it and cooling for summers. And now this is a particular banana variety which is found in Assam. I'm not sure if it is there outside Assam, but in Assam it's available. We call it bhimkol because it's slightly fatter and bulkier than other bananas, and is very good for curing root dysentery and other stomach problems. And the roots of this fruit is also used to treat pneumonia. Bhimkol, the fruit itself, in the pulp is used. Mashed pulp of this particular banana is given as food for babies when they are able to eat outside food. So it is normally mixed with roasted and pounded rice and mixed with this banana, and it is given as a feed for babies. It is very good for them. It keeps them filled up and also gives them good energy. Apart from this, the bark of this banana, the outside part, it is kept in a dried form, and that is later processed into a particular recipe of Assam. Since people know it is called khar. So khar is it's an antacid, and we have it in summer especially. There's a particular way of making khar which I won't go into it right now. Maybe we can have another talk about recipes of Assam. But for now, this is used as a root dysentery curing this, and as it is, the fruit itself is very useful. Kavita, the next slide, please. Now this is Bhedai Lota, or it's called the skunk pine. Is available in many other South Asian countries, and the leaves are very good for curing malaria. You can make many curries out of it. One of the most popular curry made out of Bhedai Lota is made with fish. It is very popular and is also had with pakoras. We call it bor in Assam. You can make bor tenga with Bhedai Lota. So the process is not very hard. You make a paste out of the tender leaves of Bhedai Lota and then strain the juice. And you can take boiled potatoes and then put it in oil with a little bit of garlic and green chilies. Put water and add the juice of this Bhedai Lota later and let it simmer for some time. You can add local fish, fresh water fishes fried in a little bit of oil and haldi, and you can add to it. So it becomes a very palatable dish, very good for the stomach, and good to have it in any way. Now this is called Dupor Tenga flower or leaves. There are the flowers that you can't see here. The flowers are really pinkish, light custard color. And it is actually a very neglected shrub which is found in some corners in large gardens. But people are slowly waking up to this. And you can grow it in tubs also. This flower is, the flower of this plant is useful for curing menstrual pain. So it is found, it can be grown in tubs. So this is also used as a cure for menstrual pain. This, as I explained in this earlier slide, the first presentation, this is the tekera, and it is used as a spice for, it's also useful for cough, bronchitis, and fever, and it eliminates toxins, destroys harmful parasites in the digestive tract. And tekera, the easiest way, if you cannot find the fresh form, you can order tekera from Assam, or you can get it in Assamese stores in the supply in Delhi or Mumbai, and dry it, cut it and dry it, remove the seeds, dry it in the sun, and you can easily make a powder of it and keep it stored. Little bit of the powder, 1 spoon or 2 spoons, you can take it with warm water, or you can take it in cold water and take it as a drink in summer. So this is a very good summer drink. Right now we are into summers, and it's really good for keeping you cool. So these are some of the common fruits that we enjoyed when we were children. Poniol. So poniol, we hardly see them nowadays. Now the yellow one is the Burmese grapes, or we call leteku, and then this is a local variety of amrud. It's called madhuriyam. So these are all rich in many vitamins, and my intention of showcasing this especially poniol and leteku, is that our children needs to be reintroduced to these fruits. They go for hybrid varieties of plums and other fruits which are not found in their local places. But I think that local fruits are more reachable, they are cheaper, and if we start eating them, it will be aiding the farmers and local population. And we need to know our own roots, how easily we can get all the immunity boosters and all the vitamins which are easily available, and we don't have to pay an expensive price for them. Kavita, the next slide, please. Can we go on to the next slide? So myself, I really cherish those memories, plucking and eating them with our friends, and it was more of fun. So in that way, you build your roots, you go back to it. And once you fall in love with your surroundings, then the preservation or the propagation period starts. So talking about pomelo or robactenga, now this is again a part of our culture. In anywhere in Assam, these pomelo trees are very found in abundance, and outside Assam also is found. So it's very rich in vitamin C. And right now, you know, vitamin C is a very, we have to take tablets for fighting COVID. But this pomelo, it can give you a week's worth of vitamin C. And it's very good to eat. You can eat it raw with a bit of salt and green chilies, and you can add coriander leaves if you like it and have it. You can have the juice, you can add it to salad. It regulates your fluid, it gives the water balance, and also very, very good in controlling blood pressure. And for beauty enthusiasts, it's good for the skin, your texture improves, and it's simple and easy to have it. So pomelo is a very preferred fruit for people in Assam. And then jamun is available outside Assam. It is rich, very, very rich in many antioxidants. It's good for home remedies for stomach pain, diabetes. The juice improves, helps in arthritis pain. It also cures dysentery and flatulence. Now jamun, it's another way is good for diabetes patient, but when the season is very short. So what you do is you keep the seeds. So you dry the seeds and keep it in powdered form, keep it in airtight containers, and that when mixed with water and taken is good for diabetes patient. But before using it, I suggest anyone who have the sugar problem, please consult your diabetologist. But as far as I know, it has no side effects. People can have it. But talking about jamun, I would just like to say that for lactating mothers, jamun is not very good. And when you have jamun for ordinary people, please don't take milk after taking jamun, because then it can cause some pain. But otherwise, you can have jamun with a little, you can keep it in the fridge. When it cools down, have it with salt, or just have it like any way you like and add it into salad. This is very good for you. So, this is called noni or Indian mulberry. It is found wild in Assam, and it's very good for metabolism, immunity. It enriches your skin texture. It mitigates joint pain, etc., etc. And very many organic acids are there, and it also lowers the risk of gout. And we used to have it from the wild directly. Nowadays, it is available in the markets in season. So this is good, but in Malaysia and other Burma and all, a larger variety of noni is found. It is yellowish color and it's got a slightly bitter taste. But this variety is much palatable to take. It's very juicy, and you can grown in small shrubs, and it's found nearly in every household in local villages, not in the cities. And this is Otenga. Otenga, I think every Assamese will identify with it. And it is not, no Assamese dish is complete, not complete without Otenga. And apart from, it is a very souring agent. It can be made into pickles also, the same way like how you make other pickles. And you can have it with fish. Especially, it is a delicacy to have, you know, boreali fish with this Otenga, and some people are crazy about it. And but myself, you know, like when I was right from girl, I used to take this pulp of the fruit. When you cut this fruit and there is a very juicy part inside, the pulp of the fruit, you can apply directly to your hair, and it cures dandruff and keeps your hair shiny, and it cures falling hair. So that is why I fell in love with this fruit, apart from its taste, of course. And it is good for stomach pain, etc. So here I have pointed out some of the most common fruits and common herbs found in Assam. Now I come to the part why you need to create awareness about it. Firstly, they are good source of all kinds of health benefits. They are fresh and organic, and they help in building our immunity and cures our ailments very easily. And it will give an impetus to the local farmers. And you know, we should help them instead of going and buying expensive foreign fruits which are available in the supermarkets, and for which I think you go and pay a packet out of your salary. But here, if we are buying from the small farmers, we are helping them economically, and you're taking your children back to your roots. So we should encourage them, because once our children start knowing, they will become the eco warriors for the future. So they will work for their state, they will work for nothing, and they will start building immunity right from their childhood. So that will stay for good stead in later years. So, and in the process, they will also learn to make memories and look back on them when they grow back. So that's what I want to really encourage among the children, among the younger generation. So in Assam, actually, the tribal communities, the Boros, Deoris, Hajong, Mising, Rajbansi, Sonowal, Kasari, they are different tribes, and there are many, many other tribes. I'm not pointing out Arunachali or Nagaland or Tripuri. I'm just concentrating on Assam here. So they have a unique food items, and they depend a lot on this medicinal, easily available medicinal plants for all kinds of remedies. And they use sustainable practices because they have to live with close touch in the environment, and they are the ones who are preserving this fast disappearing species. And as I said earlier, we have to encourage our younger generation. And I think we all know now about Jadev Paing, who is the forest man of Assam and forest man of India. He is known worldwide. And if one single man can plant a whole forest, and he worked for more than 40 years, and even now he does the same. And he is an illiterate man from the village of Assam. He could do it. He started as a 13-year-old boy. So we cannot all become Jadev Paing, but we can easily grow these herbs in our tubs for those who live in apartments, and those who are lucky to have a small patch, then they can grow there. So we can do that for our future generation. And so environment part, I think statistics, we all know that 45,000 species of trees and plants are there. 9,500 species of botanical things are there. I think some of them are there for medicinal purposes. Here, I would just like to point out that in Meghalaya, Shillong, that is Meghalaya, they have these sacred groves where people are not allowed to pluck a single leaf. They worship the forest. They think of it as a deity. And even in other places of India, we have this practice of worshipping the banyan, the tulsi, and we all do that, and then the peepal tree. So I think the Vedas encourage this to preserve these great trees which give out oxygen. And maybe nowadays we have become too modern and we have forgotten our traditions. Many of our traditions are superstitious or unorthodox. We must not stick to them. But this worshipping of trees was another way of preserving and in touch with and the environment. So that is what I have to say, why we need to encourage preserving plants, herbs, fruits, flowers, and everything that goes with it. So one thing that Kavita, you wanted to know was about this world trade. I mean, if you want to
if we can somehow, my question was, is there a way that we can somehow make these superfoods and be known as we have seen in other countries how they are coming out with superfoods that they are called. And is there a way we can do something in the trade, world trade, or in our own country also?
Yeah, we can do, but then you see there are various laws, and who specifically tells us that we cannot take away the rights of the people, the indigenous people who really cultivate and who have the knowledge. Like, we don't have the right to patent them because this is a collective knowledge of the particular communities. So this is what is there, and the details we can see in the IRS agreement, and we can read about it in the intellectual property rights IPRS annexures. So one thing which I would like to tell that about the TRIPS agreement, which included that copyright and related rights, patents, trademarks, industrial designs, layout, geographical indications. So geographical indications will surely apply if you want something out of Assam. And other thing like in Basmati rice or Darjeeling tea, these rights are there. And medicinal plants and patent herbs and plant parts have always been found a source of medicinal uses. So in fact, most of these are based on the curative properties of plant substances, and it will the National Biodiversity Authority, under this act of which was there in 2002, it was given out. So this was enacted by India under the CBD, it is the Convention on Biological Diversity by the UN. So here also it is stated that the conservation of biological diversity and the sustainable use of its components and fair and equitable sharing of the benefits. This is a very important part of it, arising out of the use of biological resources and knowledge. So it has to go back to the community from where you take the knowledge. You cannot just profit out of it commercially. So it is a give and take here. So we cannot, there is also empowers the National Biodiversity Authority. So you, for imposing benefit sharing fee or royalty or both, or impose conditions, including the sharing of the financial benefits arising out of the commercial exploitation of such rights. So these, the legal part, I think we will have to research further. I don't have much knowledge about this. But then this is a clear indication that it will have to protect the right of the communities from where this knowledge is taken for commercial uses. We cannot, exploit their knowledge without giving their benefits to them. So what I come to know that these cultivators actually, they lack the knowledge. They don't really know how to benefit commercially. Most of them, the women, they bring these small money bundles or otenga plucked from the gardens and other herbs, and they sell it in local markets where people, they bargain and they give a very minuscule amount for this pure organic fruits and herbs that they are selling. And it shouldn't be the case. They should work so that they benefit. But these possibilities have to be looked into by socio-economic people or groups who can really help them, or maybe find out further ways so that the communities benefit for the immense knowledge that they are giving us.
Yeah.
That's what I have to
So,
say.
yeah, this has a very interesting thing to know, that these people are exploited some way or the other because of lack of knowledge or these things. So maybe people should come out and, like you said, some organizations should come out, and then maybe we could do something for them. The cultivators, they have all the rights to protect their herbs and their plants and their knowledge how to grow them. So it has been a very interesting session for this evening, Meenakshi ji, and we are really glad to have you here. Maybe we can take on some questions if we have. Milan ji, you're there. Yes, we'll have.
I'm enjoying my fruits over here. I've got lots of ECs and I'm just enjoying 3 different varieties of ECs. So anyway, it was really great, lots of information. I would love to hear you more, and where we can go through each of the fruits. And so I missed the part. First of all, I do not know where you live, Guwahati.
Yes, Jit Patwari, I can't hear you clearly.
All right, let me see one more time. First, this is Meenakshi. This is very, very helpful and informative. So first, I want to know: do you live in Guwahati or in Assam?
Yeah, I live in Guwahati.
All right, great. So second step is that is your profession is something to do with nutritionist or herbalist or?
No, I am just a simple content writer, and I have an interest in the environment, and I love my Assamese cuisine, and
Okay.
That is a collective knowledge handed down from generations of the women of my household.
Okay, so that's great, because first of all, as you're talking about that, I'm immediately going that, okay, if my Western friends are looking at this, an American, they will definitely pattern that, right? So I think that we, quite often Indian knowledge are basically taken abroad. quite often it's by American that you know, whether it's a white rice or wild rice and all that. the
Brown
pattern.
rice. And
Okay.
then we also have the black rice variety in Assam.
Yes. So we have
that
to
is-
pattern all that, right? Before anybody else take it. So I do not know if all these are patented or not. Second, you must be heard about Samir Bordoloi. Samir Bordoloi is doing excellent work. He also believes in local food, local people, local economy. All right.
Yeah.
So somehow, and Azuri, we are trying to collaborate. We are basically trying to collaborate people with knowledge and people with resource, and like make it happen. Like, you know, there's so many other places like Thalgiri and others are coming up. We should have this information, because I think today it has gone too quickly and we are not able to get, you know, maybe we'll have other sessions where say today we are going to talk about anything related to digestion.
Yeah.
All right. So we may pick up, these are the leaves. Let's sow the leaves. Let's share some recipes and stuff like that. Like Mani Muni, for example. I know Mani Muni, but I do not know more detail about, you know, maybe we have to figure it out. How do you make a curry or make it such a way that there may be a powder or something where we can have herbal, you know, its value, you know, and also it preserved basically. So it may be dried Mani Muni or whatever, you know. Maybe we have to have first, maybe we have a session with all the food which is good for digestion, all the food which is good with, for example, I have a question for you, is that beside biar dake, moment always mosquito, like we have big garden. So I want to know, what leaf can I put, or is there something that I can put which will protect me from pisa or mosquito or whatever?
Okay,
That's my
yeah, we
first.
have to look into that. There must be something.
Yes.
Citronella grass is a mosquito repellent.
Yes, and I have lemongrass. I do not have citronella, but I have lemongrass.
Citronella grass, you know, you can keep it in your, you can, I haven't tried growing it in tubs, but I think it will, you can propagate that. And citronella oil is readily available. So a few drops of it, you can put it in your mopping water, and that will repel the mosquitoes. And even I think if you burn used tea leaves, tea is there in Assam, available everywhere. So if it is burnt with coconut husk, that also scares the mosquito away.
Yeah. So, you know, we basically, what my point is that we should have separate, you know, in different areas. Then, and we have to figure out who all we have to invite.
Yeah.
So that we take this Mani Muni, for Mani Muni from ladies. How do you get a more, you know, community based, like the way they have mushroom production committee, right?
Yes.
They have.
Yes.
Similarly, we have to have, okay, Mani Muni, knowledge of Mani Muni. Then from Mani Muni, what we do, right? So we have to have some entrepreneurs. We have to have those people to make it in some commercial level, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not commercial, but so that it can reach out to other people, right?
Yes.
Find a market. So we have to connect. So anyway, I'm just blabbering, but I just wanted to, this is something that I really value, and I will take your number, I'll reach out to you, and we will together figure out what could be done with this knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jit Patwari.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Milanji. And because here, that's the thing that I wanted to ask you about these, you had said about that mulberry thing also. So rich in vitamin C. So can it be bottled in a way that it could be preserved, or something that can be stored and distributed?
I haven't gone into all that, but then there's a group, I mean, Naromac is there. There's a food group well known in Assam, and then there are some other food preservation running units in Assam. I think they will surely have good knowledge about it. And then in Shillong, I think they have a local wine festival. In
Yeah.
some, I forgotten the time. I think somewhere in December or January. So they will also have a knowledge about such things. So I can look into that, and
Yeah,
we can connect
definitely.
again. I can look into that.
Please connect again. And from Enajuri, our founder, Sri Milanji, so he will contact you, and maybe we can come together to bring these important herbs and fruits which are growing in our backyard, but we are just not making use of
I've
it, or
spoken
maybe
only about a few. There are many, many others.
yeah, that's what I really appreciate the knowledge that you have gathered, and you're working on such a big thing, which is like we are sitting on a treasure. So in a way, if we can all start growing these things in a more because it doesn't require too much of space.
It
What
doesn't
I've
require
seen,
much.
yeah, these small things, they don't require too much of space. So maybe it's we'll be able to cultivate it, like Milanji said here, that we can cultivate it like Mani Muni Path and all. So yeah, definitely looking forward for another session with you on some special illnesses and I mean, to remain healthy, what are the things that we need to do.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. And I hope everyone, our friends out there, they are all staying at home and taking care of their health. And please use these herbs and fruits which are available for all of you there in, it's like just plug them and eat them in any way and keep yourself healthy and stay strong. Wishing you all a very good evening
Thank you
ahead.
for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.